Each Coaching What Works kit contains teacher checklists and companion flashcards. It's designed for ongoing professional development over time. These props and prompts provide rules of thumb support to use while you teach. Subject matter aside, curriculum aside, this is hands-on. Like big playing cards, teacher checklists are even easy to find on a cluttered desk or durable enough to withstand your daily use, and even kids stepping on them. Here's the thing. Volumes have been written on the content of these simple teaching checklists. Encyclopedias of content. Everything from verbatim transcripts to lengthy academic discourse. None of these are much help when we're facing a class of 20, 30, 40 kids or more. Let's take a closer look. Teacher Checklist 1, Creating Dynamic Classroom Coaching Teams. Your ready-to-use professional learning community, including what to work on. Checklist 2, Positive Classrooms. Every teacher ought to know how to create one. Checklist 3, Active Student Engagement. Everybody talks about student engagement. Here's how to get it installed. Checklist 4, Explicit Teaching Delivery, the nuts and bolts you can use for every subject matter. Checklist 5, Explicit Teaching Classroom Observation, an easy way to track your practice. Checklist 6, Explicit Teaching Design, what expert programmers do. Checklist 7, Vocabulary Rules, based on 35 years of vocabulary research, how to introduce new words and how to follow up. Checklist 8, Accessing Text. Most teachers want their students to take responsibility for their learning. Here's how. And Checklist 9, School-wide Observation. On one page, keep track of how you're progressing to use key research. And flashcards to prompt you, your students, and your coaching teammates. I see an exciting journey in the future for you. Really, it's all right here in the cards. Let's consider one of the first checklists in the kit. Our first teaching responsibility is to manage our classroom. 50% of teachers leave the profession within 5 years, mostly because we cannot manage our classroom. Until now, teachers have been pretty much on their own to close foundational gaps in their teacher preparation. Without guided practice, this often can take teachers years of isolated effort. If we're lucky, we get job-embedded, comprehensive behavior management training, which also can take years. In the mid-1990s, I was given an emergency special assignment in a major U.S. city that was in the midst of a crack cocaine epidemic. Out-of-control classrooms of crack-affected kids had brought any hope of teaching to a standstill. The kids were melting down. The teachers were in shock. There was no time to study the volumes written on behavior management. Teachers needed a miracle to believe that they could turn this situation around. Positive Classrooms, the teacher checklist that you see here, is a 12-step program that was literally born in trial by fire and gunfire. Let's take a closer look. When teachers applied these positive class management principles, such as maintaining a 3-to-1 ratio, or reprimanding misbehavior privately, or practicing expectations, it worked so well it was almost scary. But it's not magic, it's research in action. This turnaround became a model for the rest of the schools in the citywide project. Positive Classrooms Teacher Checklist is a synthesis. The highlights summarize from top behavior experts about what works best to create and maintain a positive learning environment. Here are 12 steps every teacher must know to create safe, comfortable classrooms and loyal, appreciative students. It's veteran teachers' handy reference for pesky behavior problems and new teachers' daily classroom management review. Every student and every teacher deserve to coexist in a positive classroom. Every teacher ought to know how to create one.